Welcome to the Purple Elephant Show. I am your host, KC Phoenix. Whew. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad I made it. I think I'm going to steal that from Laura Charles. I said that in one of my other episodes earlier. Okay. This episode, it more than likely won't be that long because the episode that I just recorded right before this, Critical Thinking is on Vacation, was almost an hour long. I did not know that episode would be that long. Usually I like to do 20-minute episodes or less because I mentioned it before on previous episodes. I have a short attention span. But Critical Thinking is on Vacation. That episode, I just had a lot to get off my chest. So it was one of those moments. And I've had those moments before. China, United States of Revolution, that was another one. Another moment was a podcast-only episode, which was the George Floyd riots, 2020. And for the podcast, and let's get the housekeeping stuff out the way. For the podcast stuff, thepurpleelephantshow.com. You can go to the main podcasting website. There, you will be able to listen to all of the podcast episodes, including the podcast-only episodes. You will know that it is a podcast-only episode because it will have the letters PCO after the episode number. And speaking of podcast only, I will more than likely do 1 or 2 podcast-only episodes next weekend. So just a heads up, if you want to get all of the episodes, make sure you go to thepurpleelephantshow.com. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Parler, my new favorite social media app. So we can parlay. Username on Parler, The Purple Elephant Show. I'm verified. It's me. So, yeah. Follow me on Parler so we can parlay. You can also follow on Instagram, The Purple Elephant Show. You can follow on Twitter at RealTPES. You can follow and like the page on Facebook, facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell, and that will let you know when I upload new videos to YouTube. Same thing with Daily Motion. If you click the subscribe button, you will know when I upload videos. And this is mostly a weekend show, as mentioned in one of my episodes. This is mostly a weekend show. And this is my final episode for this weekend. And as I said before, it won't be that long due to the previous episode being so long. And it's about You've Just Been Erased. And the reason I thought about that, there's this movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Vanessa Williams. And it's called Eraser. And it's about this man who gives people new identities. Basically, it's a witness protection type thing. And once he gives them a new identity, they no longer exist. He's like, you've just been erased. And here's a fun trivia fact, by the way, something that I randomly know. I know a lot of random information. The reason Arnold Schwarzenegger discovered Vanessa Williams was because his wife at the time had seen Vanessa Williams in the Broadway show Kiss of the Spider Woman. And then she recommended her for the role. And then, of course, he had seen her, and then she was picked. So, just a little fun fact, which Vanessa Williams is amazing, by the way. She's an amazing actress, an amazing singer, an amazing beauty. She's amazing. All right. Could you imagine walking into your home? Your mother or your brother, your father, sister, auntie, whatever. Pick a relative or relatives. Walking into the home. When you walk into the home, you say hello, but no one says hello back. You scream. No one says anything. They pass you by as if you don't exist. You do everything to get their attention. You can't touch them. It's like you're a ghost. You swing your hand goes right through them to try and tap them. It's as if you aren't there. Or you go into a home, you see your relatives and they see you, but they say, "Who are you?" It's like you never existed. Your parents, you've known all of your life, but you walk in one day and they say, "Who are you?" Your sister, you've known all of your life. Your brother, you've known all of your life. They say, "Who are you?" "I'm your brother." "I don't have a brother. I never had a brother." "I don't have a sister. I never had a sister." "What are you talking about? This person, the name that you're giving me, this person doesn't exist." It's like you've been erased. And that's what this episode is about, as you can tell from the title. You've just been erased. The crazy thing is that throughout all of the episodes that I've recorded today, they've all been sort of, I'd say, erased to a certain degree. They're all part of this censorship tree. Whether it's classism, whether it is critical thinking being on vacation, which is the long episode I told you about, whether it is pushback, because on my episode, Officially Parler Verified, all of these episodes, the fruit of these episodes seem to come from the censorship tree. And being erased is part of that. When a certain individual who we all know well, AJ, I still watch some of his stuff from time to time. When AJ said some things, some people were like, wow. And I will be honest, AJ can be very hyperbolic. Very hyperbolic. Extra, extra, extra. AJ is, I would probably say, and I can say this as a gay man, I would probably say a drag queen on steroids times 10. That is AJ's personality. Do I agree with everything AJ says? No. I do respect some of the things he says. One of the reasons I respect some of the things he says is because usually when he says something, he always brings receipts for the most part. More times than not. I can easily say 75% of the time, he brings receipts. Now, you can question the validity of those receipts, but amazingly, the receipts that he usually brings are from sources that other people from on the other side say are reputable sources. That's what's so crazy about it. When I've watched AJ, he brings receipts. Now, does he take what's in the receipts and throw his AJ touch on them? Yeah, he does that. That's where you have to use your critical thinking and cut and choose what you want to take from whatever he says. But because people didn't agree with something that he said, they got together and erased him. Like he was never here. Same thing with another person, LL, which AJ and LL are both on Parler, which I love. Because as I said before with Parler, that's what pushback looks like. And I think people from all sides, right, left, far left, moderate, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, I don't care what your affiliation is, I think all people should go to Parler. Because Parler is about free speech. That's what it's about. Free speech is a good thing. It's good to hear different opinions. You don't have to agree with the opinions, but you can hear them. And if you don't want to hear them, don't listen. That's the beautiful thing. Example, I don't like Hillary Clinton. I probably will never like Hillary Clinton. So I don't follow Hillary Clinton on Twitter because I don't give a damn about what Hillary Clinton says. But she's free to say whatever the hell she wants to say. It's free speech. I don't care. Another person who was pretty much erased because all of the tech companies got together and erased them, initials MY, which I think he's hilarious. I've always enjoyed his commentary. Do I agree with everything that he said? Absolutely not. There are some things I agree with, but I like hearing his opinion. Another person, KH. Love her, love her, love her. I follow her on Parler too. Which, the British, their humor is so sharp. When they cut you, they can verbally cut you good. I enjoy KH. But it amazes me how fine everyone is when someone is erased. How they're just like, oh yeah, it should have happened. With the cancel culture and everything. Because cancel culture, obviously, they try to take your job and your livelihood and everything else. But on another level, when you're erased, they deplatform you, they cut everything off, you can't join anything, you can't make any money on this platform or this other platform. They try to keep you from registering domain names. They do all other stuff to make it seem like you never existed. Because they don't want your voice to be heard. That's when that's why more people need to speak up. Because if they can erase those people, don't think they can erase you. If you step out of line with what they feel is the correct way to speak, with what they feel is the right thing to believe. It doesn't matter which side you're on. You have to be vigilant. You can't be silent. You have to say something. Because everyone has a right to free speech, especially in the United States of America. You don't have to agree with it, but everyone has a right. And everyone has a right to ignore what the other person is saying. I ignore a lot of people. I really believe that trying to erase people or erase moments in time, like the moment with the doctors who are licensed doctors, licensed medical professionals. They're licensed. They've done their residency. They've went through everything. I've mentioned this before in one of my other episodes, which is why it irritates me more and more. It isn't someone from off the street that isn't in the trenches, but because what they were saying did not conform to what others were saying, that moment in time of what they said, all these tech companies have tried to erase that moment in time like it didn't exist. Like they don't exist. Who? What were their names again? They don't exist. They've been erased. That's a lot of power. If you have some groundbreaking information and it goes against certain interest, they can just say, oh no, this doesn't go with what we want. Let's erase them. Let's fix it to where what they just said, it doesn't exist. If they keep up, let's fix it where they don't exist too. Let's remove them from every platform. Let's remove them from the financial system. That's happened to some people. Some banks have said, no, we won't do business with you. Some other financial apps have said, no, we won't do business with you. You've been erased. You don't exist. This is why you have to push back. Because, as I said before, when you stop fighting for what you want, you get a lot of what you don't want. Parlor is pushback. We need more parlors. We need more people in the tech industry that will be fair. And that's the interesting thing. I meant to say this during my Parlor episode, but I'll say it during this episode. I have premonitions. For those who don't know, and I've mentioned this in other episodes, if you're new, my astrological sign is Cancer. Cancers are known for being very intuitive people. Some Cancers more intuitive than others. Not to get all deep into it, but I have premonitions. And I see things sometimes before they happen. Sometimes I see it exactly as it happens. Sometimes I just get a feeling of what's going to happen and then it happens. I had a premonition about a new operating system coming. It was while I was preparing for the Parlor episode, I was washing a bowl because I made a salad that was amazing. It was a chicken tender salad. It was so amazing with kale and cheese and tomatoes and blueberries and pumpkin seeds and everything else. But I digress. I was washing the bowl and I was thinking about some of the things I may say during the Parlor episode. And a premonition had come to me. And the premonition is that there is a new operating system coming. And the individual who is creating the operating system is not a conservative. They're not right-wing, but they're going to be fair. I have no idea how this operating system is going to get on the phones or anything like that. And yeah, you can call me crazy. I don't care. Out of my 41 years on this earth, I've been called worse. And I don't care what people call me. And the other reason I don't care when it comes to my premonitions is because I'm usually right. But the person who is creating the new operating system that plans on bringing it out, they're going to be fair. And that's what is so cool. Because when it comes to people who may lean right or conservative or whatever, they're not, or even moderates now, they're not asking for special treatment. They're not saying treat me better than this person, when it comes to classism. Don't treat me better than that class. Treat me equally. If you do this on one side, do it on the other. All people who are moderates now that were more to the left but got pushed to the middle due to what's going on the far left, all they're asking is to be treated fairly. And the premonition that I had, the individual that is creating the new operating system, he's not a conservative or a right-winger. They're not. Or it could be a she. But the individual is about fairness. So that's going to be interesting. And also I plan on doing an episode. I had a premonition a few weeks ago. I was planning on doing it this weekend, but I decided not to because way too many things were going on this weekend. I had a premonition about the election and who's going to win and why the individual will win, and it's hilarious. So I'll probably do that next weekend and tell you what my premonition is on the 2020 election. You'll get a good laugh out of it. I won't go into detail into major detail because like Dr. Strange said, I can't tell you what will happen because if I do, it won't happen. But I'll give you a broad breakdown of what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode. If you've watched any other episodes, I really appreciate it. If you've listened to any other episodes, I appreciate it. If you're listening to this episode, I appreciate it. Don't forget thepurpleelephantshow.com, the main podcasting site for all the podcasting episodes. You can follow on Parlor, username The Purple Elephant Show, so we can parlay. Instagram, The Purple Elephant Show. Facebook, facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show. Don't forget to like and follow there. And Twitter @Real TPES. YouTube, subscribe button, followed by the notification bell, Daily Motion, subscribe button. And anything that I upload, please like, share, and subscribe, because sharing is not caring, it's daring, especially in these times. Sharing is daring, because you never know how people will react to what you share. So sharing is daring. So be daring and share. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. Be blessed.